I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
Hey, this is Matt once again. What about another review? And this is a request, a paid request from Predminator. Thank you so much for that. If anyone wants to request any reviews or re-reviews or topics or reactions or pretty much any type of video, you just send your request either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. It could be a movie I've talked about or not even a movie. It could be pretty much anything else. Feel free. But this is for AVP, Alien vs. Predator. Where to start with this piece of shit? Now, as you can tell, I'm a fan of the franchise, at least the first two. And Predator, I love. Predator 2, I think is perhaps the most underrated sequel of all time. So the first two Aliens and the first two Predators I love. Now I remember when this film was coming out and being excited for it. Being really excited for it. Because come on, Alien versus Predator. There were comic books, there were video games, there was a hint of a xenomorph when Danny Glover saw the skull of it in the Predator ship in Predator 2. Okay, you got aliens on one side, you got predators on the other. How could it fail? You know, anytime you ask that, most of the time, here's how it fails. Let me count the ways. First off, this whole AVP bullshit, just call it Alien versus Predator. Like, AVP, as in what? Assholes versus penises? Alcoholics versus pedophiles? I mean, what AVP? Oh, Alien vs. Predator. I gotcha. It's not assholes versus penises. It's not Adolf Hitler versus Picasso. Okay, I getcha. Paul W.S. Anderson, the director. I like Mortal Kombat. I have grown to really enjoy Soldier with Kurt Russell. I love Event Horizon. And I don't mind Death Race with Jason Statham. Those are four of his films I like. Resident Evil, the first one, I could tolerate, but it's like, it's not really like the game as a film on its own. That's if it wasn't called Resident Evil. I mean, I could tolerate it for certain aspects of it, but at the same time, I'm like, it's not really Resident Evil. I mean, it's definitely the best of the movies, sad to say. But you know, there's Three Musketeers and all the shit he does with his wife and all the other Resident Evil sequels, whichever ones he directed. Like, this guy, man, that and this, that's why I call him Paul Wild Stallion Anderson, because Bill or Ted or both would have directed this fucking film and be the same fucking quality. When you look at Bill and Ted, you don't look at them as fucking directors of stuff. You just do the fucking music. Here, Paul Wild Stallion Anderson, I don't think he was a good fit for this movie. I really don't. Now, before I completely shit on it, if I want you... The xenomorphs, the effects, look pretty damn good on a practical level. I like the look of the xenomorphs. There's some budget behind it. And the effects, when it's not using CG, there's quite a bit of practical on the xenomorphs. Look great. Cinematography. At times, cinematography is very eye-catching. When our characters arrive at this facility and they're on the horizon and it's snowing, some nice lighting, good-looking shots. Yes, even some of the slow-mo, like when the Predator cuts the facehugger in half. Yeah, stylish, but I thought those were cool-looking shots. There's some cool moments, like the Predator catching a chest burster and breaking its neck. Thought that was cool. The one AVP fight, really, where this alien kills two predators, which they use that heavily in the fucking advertising. Fun fight. Bit WWE, honestly, but an entertaining fight. I can't lie. It was an entertaining fight. That doesn't save this film. I remember in the theater being hyped for this. I saw this in the theater, and just the drain, like Shane Salerno, suck out your fucking soul, and you're going, oh no, this is oh fuck. I think when I first saw it, I'm like, okay, I think I liked it. Please, can I like it? Please. You know, one of those things you see in a movie, you're like, please, can I like it, please? Because you don't want to face the disappointment. You don't want to face the, my god, I waited for an Alien vs. Predator and it was this bullshit. And then, at the same time, people forget, there was a point where James Cameron wrote a script for Ridley Scott to direct and Sigourney Weaver to star in Alien 5, and instead this was done. And then when you look at this, you go, wait a minute, we're going to get Sigourney Weaver and a James Cameron script directed by Ridley Scott, and we got this movie? Just like wait a minute, we could have had a true Alien 3 with Sigourney Weaver and Michael Biehn coming back, the guy did District 9, and instead we did Alien Covenant, Alien Come and shit. That fucking Prometheus pre-cum addicted piece of shit. Fuck. Sometimes you just go, what the fuck? So this film, it does suck. Why does it suck? Number one, the characters suck. The actors, other than Lance Henriksen, maybe one or two others, which I'll get to, they're not interesting. They're not charismatic. They're not having any type of it factor or relatability or strong, a type of character that you would want to hang out with even without the monsters. Does people forget, when you look at Predator and you look at Predator 2, you look at Alien, you look at Aliens, those casts are great. Not just the actors. Yeah, the characters are not three-dimensional, but the actors brought enough to their acting ability or their it factor or their intensity or their humor or whatever adjective you want to use, whatever description you want to use, whatever verbiage you want to use. So I like Parker and Brett and Dallas and Ripley and Alien. I like Hicks and Hudson and Vasquez, Newt, even Gorman to an extent, and Aliens. I like Mike Harrigan and Predator 2. Arnold's Dutch, and you got Carl Weathers, you got Shane Black, you got Jesse Ventura, you got Sonny Landham, Billy. I mean, I remembered Dylan, Carl Weathers' Terror Predator, because you had actors that had charisma or an it factor or personality or some way they attacked the line with humor, or just they brought a personality, a character. When I say character, as in, I look at them for 5 minutes, I just see what kind of character they are, and I believe it. I don't believe these characters. Or they're annoying, or they're irritating, or they're boring, or they're about as exciting as a goddamn block of wood, or they have the charisma of a fucking tray table, or they have as much personality as this goddamn slipcover. Okay? Because this shit here, you can kiss all this goodbye. This is probably a fucking type of movie that Burke made to fuck over the franchise. Take you to the wall, Burke. Take you to a fucking wall. And then the fact that the director, I get that you wanted to do a build-up. Because the film is a build-up. It's a build-up where when the alien and predator finally meet, it's at the hour mark. Now the movie, fuck the unrated cut. There's no goddamn gore in the unrated cut. I don't even know why the fuck it's unrated. Probably technically we didn't put this to the ratings board, so we could call it unrated, but there's really, yeah, PG-13. There's a lot of issues I'll get to, so bear with me. You know what? I was trying to remember what the fuck the running time for this was. 108 minutes, but like 10-12 minutes are the credits. So an hour and 48. Well, no, 108. Yeah, an hour and 48, and then 38. Like a little over 90 minutes, really. If you take out the 12-minute end credits, it's like an hour until the alien and predator finally meet. And hey, I can understand a slow build. Watch this film again. See how long it takes to finally have the Marines being attacked by the xenomorphs. It's a long fucking time. But here's the thing. If you're going to do a slow build-up, if you're going to do this gradual build-up to try to develop your story, to elevate your characters, to get us to try to like and enjoy and care about your characters and worry about the consequences of their deaths. If you fail on those levels, you did a boring as fuck movie. Because what this movie had, not much of jack shit. What it didn't have was an interesting story and good, likable characters. So instead, you get Sanaa Lathan. Okay, wannabe Ripley, but she can climb. And we're supposed to buy her as tough, but to me, she had no charisma. She was almost, oh, a broken nail, dead weight quality of an actress. I'm sure she's done better in other parts, but not in this. I didn't give one iota of fuck about her character. I didn't feel much emotions from the character. I felt not much of a presence from the character. I just didn't give a shit about this character at all. The other character's the guy who likes to take pictures and won't shut the fuck up about his kids, and he's Scottish. And he's got... I can't do a Scottish accent. But... Oh, my kids will love this. Take a picture of me. Can I take a picture of you? Hey, did you see my kids? Hey, I want to get back to my kids. Oh, you know what? Fuck you and fuck your kids. Okay? Fuck you and fuck them and fuck that. How about that? Or Mr. Exposition guy, Espanol. Mr. Exposition, these putos, I found the Pepsi Cola cap. Or bottle cap. Because that's the thing, he's an archaeologist and he thinks it's an important find, but he gets embarrassed because he finds a Pepsi Cola bottle. So he keeps that. And all he's there is for exposition. To tell the audience what you need to be told to understand what the fuck's going on, because the movie's not doing it good enough to do that in the first place. And the story sucks. I don't give a shit about the predators in goddamn land of Stargate. Oh, the pyramids, and they helped build the first pyramid, and I don't give a fuck the predators building goddamn pyramids. Okay, the idea that on Earth they have this underground thing where if you're a teenage predator, 3 of them go in to take this trial to fight these xenomorphs, and I guess if they're successful, then they earn their weapons and they earn another rank on their fucking, I don't know, a rank on their armor, a rank on their fucking profile on Facebook. I don't fucking know. I don't care. Anyway, they go up the fucking ranks if they kill xenomorphs. Why the fuck you would do it on Earth in the snow? Well, guess the predators didn't do their fucking research, because sometimes there is snow here. Maybe there was a snow back then, to be fair. I don't fucking know, man. I thought Predator were drawn to heat in conflict. I don't know where the fuck the heat is in Antarctica, but... Or where the fuck, Alaska? Where the fuck this was? Antarctica. Well, they're not hunting. They're doing this training. Okay, fine. They're doing the training thing. I think one of the only things they add to the unrated is there's an opening scene where the guy run around the snow, guy gets killed, and there's no blood. Just lousy characters. Exposition archaeologist guy, boring as hell, Sanaa Lathan lead, guy talking about his fucking kids. Lance Henriksen is Wayland. It's cool to see Lance Henriksen. But pretty much he plays an old sick man who is adamant on joining this journey. And I like Lance Henriksen, but it's not like he's really given much meat to attack for the role. He's not really given much to his role. So the story of the film is Lance Henriksen is Wayland. He gets this team together because of this thing going on in Antarctica. It's the best drilling team in the world. I'm like, well, who the fuck made that notion? Well, were you on that website Ranker? Did you take a fucking poll? How the fuck do you know it's the best drilling team? Is there some fucking competition? Is the type of competition like the competition when you eat hot dogs and how many ate fucking hot dogs, like meatballs? Do you do a meatballs tournament with Bill Murray saying it just doesn't matter? It just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter if we win or lose. Even the trailer told me whoever wins we lose, and I got fucking who gives a shit about this movie, man? Goddamn hour of boredom because you don't give a shit about the story and you don't give a shit about the characters, so then the slow build doesn't help. It just hurts it. Then the build-up is useless. Sanaa Lathan doesn't want to go because it's too dangerous. She ultimately does go. Slow build-up, finding this facility in the snow, find this big fucking hole that they climb down, get into the underground, like 2,000 or so feet underground. They find this pyramid and they go in, and then once they're inside, it becomes a gigantic jigsaw puzzle. It's trying to be like a movie Cube, or like they're in the middle of a fucking Tetris. That's what I see, like in the pyramid, they're in the middle of a fucking Tetris. Meanwhile, the Predator ship arrives. They kill some people. I don't know why they kill the people. If they're not hunting, why are you killing them? Why are you killing them? You're telling me there's no way for you to get from there to underground? You're invisible. I thought Predators only killed for trophies. Or self-defense or something. Because they're honor code. No. They sneak up on these people, kill them. Don't take their trophies. Well, they don't do it because it's PG fucking 13, which I'll get in a minute. But like these guys are just hanging there, they're dead bodies. And yeah, they're not skinned and the trophies are not taken because it's PG-13. But I'm like, well, wait a minute, why does the Predator not... Why is he killing them if he's not taking trophies? And it's not like they didn't even notice the Predators were there. They could have snuck down and been fucking fine. And the Predators, I hate the look of the Predators. Chunky ass motherfuckers. Well, okay, they're more like football linebacking, steroid using, abusing Predators. Why do they look like that? Because Paul Wilson and Anderson did not like the look of the previous Predators. The armor. Oh, it looked like a guy in a suit. It looked like this and that. I forgot what feature that was. It's one of these features on disc 2. But it's like, oh, you know, your changes sucked. That's why no one ever kept them. These chunky looking fucking Predators. They're like they took too many fucking steroids. Or, I mean... Of the characters, there's 2 minor ones that maybe I could see potential in. There's the... Colin Salmon. If you remember the first Resident Evil, the guy was sort of the leader of the military, you know, the SWAT team type of military type of group. He's the guy that just cut to pieces in the laser grid in that hallway. He's been avoiding all the lasers, but then this grid comes in. He's in this as like an assistant to Lance Henriksen's character. He gets killed with the net gun, cutting him into pieces yet again. What is it with taking this guy and killing him by cutting him into pieces by this net? Either a laser net or an actual net. And why do you keep killing this guy? Like, this guy could have the potential to be... I did potential of being, if not a good character, at least a tough personality I could buy. But no. The other one is this girl, Adif de la Boulaya. She's this French lady who... She only has a couple lines, and she has a gun, but I liked her look and her vibe. And maybe if she was the lead, like if this character was the lead, it would not save the film, but it would be a plus. Just, I don't know, just something about her demeanor. Like there's a scene where Sanaa Lathan goes, "Why do you have a gun?" And she says something akin to, you know, it's like a condom. I'm trying to remember her exact lines. I can't remember the exact, but something to the effect of, I'd rather worry about having one and not using it than not having one at all. Like, but it wasn't worded that way. It was worded better than I'm making it out to be. But then when they're in the sacrificial chamber, you know, she asks the guy, what's this called? Sacrificial chamber. And then she tries to shoot the face hugger, but then she gets face hugged. I'm like, yeah, that character could maybe have a potential, calling something, but no. No. So the fucking things turn to a goddamn Tetris cube. Sacrificial lamb. The chest bursts come out really fucking quickly. And then it's like an hour in, and then, oh, finally you have a predator. Alien stabs the predator with his tail. And, we're not even there yet, actually. Another thing I thought of, sorry I blanked out for a second. There's this other... because they don't have the Frisbee type of disc. The smart disc from Predator 2. Instead, it's this weird looking thing that looks like the remains of a fucking porcupine. I don't know, just I didn't really care for. It's like a, I don't want to say a ninja star. I don't know what the fuck it. It's like they try and rip off the fucking glaive from Kroll or something, and cuts a facehugger in half. Well, that's in there because Paul Wildstone Anderson, he didn't like the smart disc in Predator 2. He thought it looked too much like a Frisbee. So, instead I want this fucking thing that looks like a goddamn came out of a fucking porcupine's ass. But the smart disc in Predator 2, that looks too much like a Frisbee. Yeah, catch this. So the tears get separated because everyone's turned to a goddamn Tetris. That's when Colin gets neck gunned. And then you have the big fight where the alien kills one predator, fights another predator. The predator body checks it, swings it around. Alien uses his tail that's been cut off, uses it to shoot acid. Neck gun on the alien, but the alien gets out because the acid goes through the net, kills that second predator. I'm like, wow, one alien killed two predators. Well, Matt, that's because these predators are young and they're inexperienced. Okay. Wow, this is a pretty badass alien. I mean, it has a grid-like mark on it too, so you could differentiate it between other xenomorphs. I hope there's something really big culminating in a fight with that. Oh no. It just gets blown up with everything else. So that building up this xenomorph to be this ultimate badass that killed two predators, and it just led to, it went to the alien queen, got it out of its jail cell pretty much, and then just got blown up with the rest. Okay. You think there'd be some kind of big culmination of that grid alien? I mean, this killed the two predators. Maybe the one predator, the last predator, could fight it and kill it. Like, this is for my friends, or this is for my comrades. No, we're not going to do that, because fuck it. And then after that, it's exposition guy and Sanaa take Lance Henriksen. The three of them are running. Lance Henriksen goes, I can't go on. Predator doesn't want to kill him because he's got cancer. Don't turn your back on me. Lance flamethrowers it. So Lance then gets killed for his troubles. Predator kills a facehugger, but then stupidly took the time to take his fucking mask off. I'm like, you can do this later, dude. You can do this at the end of your fucking journey, not in the middle of a goddamn hive. So, yeah, these predators, yeah, I know they're experienced. I just call them fucking stupid. Fucking dumb. Thankfully, he took his mask off to... Really, the shit it did, it could do it while wearing the fucking mask on. But you need that so the facehugger... and his stupidity. I guess he's too stupid to realize that had, a chest burster in him. Although, to be fair, now that I think about it, I think there was a deleted scene. There's something... I guess there was shot that he tried to stab himself, but again, that was cut out. So as it is in the movie, it just seems like, wow, this predator's so stupid he doesn't realize he's got a chest burster in him. Okay. Mr. Exposition guy gets taken. Whoop-de-fucking-do. I don't care about you. Sanaa later finds him. She shoots him. Good. There's an alien. She spears it. Predator's like, wow, cool, you killed an alien. We're best friends now. Here, take this alien head because acid won't do anything to it. Take the spear. Then we get on this fucking chute and we rock it up as if playing fucking ping pong. You know, not ping pong, pinball. You know the pinball when you start and you ratchet that fucker up and you let it go and the ball just, that's them going up that fucking chute as this explosion happens. And that grid alien, nah, we're not going to do anything special with that creature. So they get up to the top, miss some crappy CGI and some practical explosions, to be fair. Then the finale, where a lot of times there are some decent practical effects of the alien queen. There's also some bad CGI, and this is why the fight in Aliens still holds up, but this shit does not. Because a CGI alien queen going after Sanaa Lathan as if it's the fucking T-Rex from Jurassic Park with, you know, crappy CGI, it just is not nearly as effective as what they did with the Queen and Ripley and her power loader, which that scene is still absolutely effective. This, it's not. Because it just looks like a crappy video game now. A crappy video game mixed in with, I don't know why, for some reason, a little bit of Jurassic Park reminded me. I did like, when she's running from the alien queen, it looked like someone running from a T-Rex. And also, why the fuck is this movie PG-13? Why? Like, what was the thinking behind that? And this is from the guy that I could watch Live Free or Die Hard PG-13. Although there's an unrated cut, and I watched that more. When I saw Live Free or Die Hard, it was PG-13. I saw it in the theater. I still enjoyed it because I still enjoyed the action. I still enjoyed the adrenaline pumping sequences. I still got more into that story than this story. I still like John McClane, Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis seemed like he actually gave a shit in that, as did Justin Long. Here, because of lack of good characters, lack of a solid cast, lack of an interesting story, on top of that, PG-13, so you get no blood. The fight scenes, you can't go all out in certain stuff because, well, if you do that much, it's rated R. Which is probably the actual reason as to why the Predators don't skin people and take the heads for trophies. Because, you know, that'd be rated R. Why when the Predator kills people, you don't see much of shit. Because it's rated PG-13. Just stupid. All the Predator films rated R. All the Alien films rated R. So, they're together, PG-13. Does that make any fucking sense to you? It doesn't to me. But this is what Fox was doing. Oh, shit like this is what led you to get bought out by Disney. I'm sorry, but that's the fucking truth. Stupid fucking bonehead decisions. And you're like, well, Matt, this was a hit. Yeah. But why do you think people didn't go watch the second one? Now, you just say AVP Requiem is a bad movie, but technically you wouldn't know that until you watched it. And people, if you made a really good movie, they would give, certain thought process, certain, let me give you some of my money, maybe this will be a good film too. No, they thought it would suck as much as the first one. They thought the first film sucked so much, I'm not going to pay money, so the sequel didn't do anything. But it's just stupid decisions after stupid decisions, and just, you know, PG-13, man, just I don't get it. So at the end of the day, what do you have with Alien vs. Predator? A score that is completely, utterly forgettable. And no, that's not an excuse. That's unacceptable. There's no excuse. Alien, Jerry Goldsmith. Aliens, James Horner. Predator 1 and 2, Alan Silvestri. You look at the scores of each of those 4 films I named. Wonderful scores. I dare someone to remember any piece of the score in this without looking it up on YouTube. So who did the music for this? If this says here. Oh my god, can I find the Harold Closer? Sorry, dude. You did a shitty job with this. Okay, what the fuck is this about? Strange Story by Paul W. Anderson. Dan O'Bannon, Ronald Shusett? Strange Story? Well, someone's going to have to explain that to me. What the hell does that mean? Strange Story by Dan O'Bannon, Ronald Shusett, and Paul W. Anderson. I mean, Paul W. Anderson did the screenplay. So yeah, he wrote and directed this piece of shit. So you can't, well, maybe it was the writer's fault. He is the writer. So, dumb story. I don't give a fuck about what Predators have to do with goddamn pyramids. This ain't fucking Stargate, like I said. Making it PG-13. Oh, I wanted to be PG-13 from the start. Well, I don't want to use this just... Again, Paul Walston, you're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking moron. I'm surprised you didn't cast your fucking wife in this too. I'm really surprised Mila Jovovich is not the star of this. I am shocked, honestly, in retrospect. So, to end it, shitty characters, shitty story, a long build-up that because of those things, it just becomes boring and tedious. A couple decent moments and nice bits of cinematography does not save the movie. The one alien predator fight doesn't save the movie. And so, okay, now we're going to see a lot of the predator like really go to town. No, you don't get that either, because we gotta worry about Sanaa Lathan and her be given this fucking spear with an alien tail. And getting the queen alien tied, so at the end her and the predator try to push this fucking thing off a cliff so that the queen gets dragged to her death off the fucking cliff. I don't know what else to say. Assholes versus penises. But with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. And you want to see a good movie, go watch this. Predator. Go watch Predator 2. Go watch the original Alien. Go play Alien Isolation. Do any of that stuff, not this. Read some of the Alien vs. Predator comic books. Hell, AVP Requiem, I'm sorry, is better than this movie. Oh, this is bullshit. Well, those characters suck too. At least you get a Predator kicking more alien ass, as superficial as that sounds. Although you don't need night goggles to see it, because most of that movie's so fucking dark, you'd have to have fucking Riddick's eyes to see the fucking film. With a carton of cigarettes, maybe buy you some eyes to see that shit, pitch black style. But anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.